what I learned from being broke. And I'm gonna be quick in this video because I love speed, but not speed the streamer, but I love speed, the thing, speed. Okay, so the first thing is you can't really expect to earn good money without learning a skill. Flipping burgers requires no skill, but healing pain does. So that's why the stuff in McDonald's is paid so much less than, for example, me, who is a therapist and is healing people from their pain. So you might as well not lose your time, doing all these normie jobs, like flipping burgers, cleaning, toilets like I did. But you might as well start to learn some actual skill that will help you earn more money. There are a lot of courses and practice and everything that can be learned in like a couple of months or maybe a year or two, and that will basically help you earn money like the doctors are earning. For example, me, I spent like 2 or 3 years learning my skill, but right now, without even school, without university, without actually studying for 15 years to become a doctor, I actually earn the similar salary of a doctor. So learning a skill is your best chance of, making it in the real world and, getting the money. And also all these people on the internet talk about learning an online skill, and that's even better. I mean, if you learn an online skill, you can become basically a millionaire. You can scale it over time and you can become a millionaire. So I see all these people around me who try to basically do some basic jobs like being a taxi driver. It's like, what skill do you need to drive a taxi? Everyone knows how to drive, or going and flipping burgers. So these jobs require basically zero skill. Like everyone knows how to flip the burgers or how to drive the car. So that's why these jobs are actually paid less. If you go and learn to massage people, you can basically earn at least double or triple the money that you will earn by flipping burgers or driving a taxi. And you basically don't need a university too. Like skills like this are learned in a couple of months, bro. You can also learn a skill by watching a course, a free course on Google or YouTube or something. So don't get fooled that you must go to university and spend 4, 5, 6 years of your life just so you can learn a skill. First of all, you're getting in debt. Second of all, you're losing so much time. I see people around me like going on a university for marketing. Bro, I learned marketing in like 2 months. I went on a course and I paid and I learned marketing in like 2 months. And the good thing is that I didn't even have to pay that course because there are all these informations out online basically for free. Don't get fooled that you must go to university to learn a skill. Don't get fooled that you must to put in so much money in front and all these things that are making you skeptical. After learning that skill, you're basically set for life. With my skill, the healing of the people, I am secured for life. I don't even have to worry about anything. I can basically travel the world, go from town to town and provide my skill for people and basically earn money, work a couple of hours per day, plus I don't have boss over my head, plus I'm all, I don't have to be the 9 to 5 guy, and the benefits are like so much better than you working some regular job that is paying you less, but you have to work more and you have to go through stress and everything. The second lecture I learned from being broke is that you will be depressed, bro, because your life is dependent on someone else. That can fuck up your mental game. Because when I was broke, I depended on my parents and I was like, I have to eat what my parents cook, I have to wear the clothes that my parents bought me, I have to have the phone that my parents bought me, I have to have the watch that my parents bought me, and they wouldn't spoil me. So I had to have like, basic stuff and eat, basic food that was not like the best fit for me and everything. But right now when I'm financially free and I can wear whatever I want, I can, eat whatever I want, it's so much better because I'm not depending on someone else. If I don't like the food at my home, which happens very rarely, I can just go out and eat. My parents, they don't even have to provide me anything right now because I'm independent. But when you actually depend on someone else, like for example, maybe you're a guy and you live with your girlfriend and you don't have a job, so you're dependent on her, that's even worse, trust me. Like you being dependent on your girlfriend, it's even worse, just don't get me started. But basically you being dependent on anybody is a bad thing, for me at least, because I want freedom, I don't want anyone to tell me what to do and all these things. And basically you not having money will make you depressed, because the third thing is also like you can't travel, you can't buy shit, you can't go on a dates, you can't do anything, bro. So the best thing you can do is become financially free. Use the first tip that I gave you, learn a skill, and just get out of your depression by, starting to earn money. So the third thing is, when you're broke, you can't really travel or invest money, which is like the most important thing you can do in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s. There are people who tell you that like in your 20s the best thing you can do is travel, because when you're old you won't have the energy and you will miss out on life. But there are also people who tell you like in your 20s the best thing you can do is invest to secure your future and all these things. But why don't you do both? Like by being financially free, you can also travel, but you can also invest money. So you're basically living your life when you're 20s, when you have the best energy, when you're in your best shape of your life. You're basically traveling, but at the same time you're investing money for your future, for your family, for your kids, for everything. So why don't you do both? Like for me, for example, I'm traveling like 10 times per year at least, but at the same time I'm investing like 50% of what I'm earning. So I'm living my best life and also securing for my best life in future, so I don't depend again on the government to give me salary or to retire me, but I'm securing my own future, but at the same time I'm living my best life right now. So that's the best thing you can do both, travel and invest. What I learned from being broke is that no one really cares about you when you're poor and you're not successful and you're broke. But once you become somewhat important or somewhat successful, all of a sudden people start admiring you and start respecting you, they start to give you more importance. So when you're broke, when you're young, especially when you're a teenager, no one really cares about you except your mom and dad, probably, if they even do so. But no one really cares about you because you're broke, you're young, you're inexperienced, you don't have success, you've done nothing significant, so how can anybody respect you? And that's logical. But once you start earning money, and once you start actually, for me, my example is at 22 years old, when you're earning more money than your friends' parents, all of a sudden your friends start respecting you so much more, and they give you so much more credit because their parents are like 50 and they've all went through university and all these diplomas and all this struggling, all this experience, all this work. But then me at 22 years old, who like 3 years before this they would all say, oh, this guy is just inexperienced and he's a nobody. But now, like 2-3 years later, I'm earning more money than them. Now all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're doing so good, how are you, and all these things. They're putting importance over you because you became successful. And that's, being successful in today's age is very rare because no one really wants to get out of the comfort zone and no one really wants to put in the effort. That's like having the six-pack. Everyone respects the guy who has a six-pack because we all know that the guy who has a six-pack went through all the trainings, all the hard, the burning and everything. The people who went to struggle end up being respected more. So that's why you need to get your shit together and become financially free. The mistake people do is they think that once they get money, all of a sudden they can, it's easier for them to find the love of their life. But that's just not true. The best thing you can do when you're broke is to find the love of your life. Because if someone really loves you, they will sleep with you under a bridge. You will get unlimited support and you will know that they're the one because they're not here just for the money. I know people who say, well, let me get my money first and then I will start, to search for my wife and everything. But what if that wife that you're searching for once you've become rich, what if she's with you only because of your money? Like, how are you gonna know? You can't really know. So I've been with my girl since 16 years old. When I was 16, I had zero money, I had all these traumas, I was skinny, I was inexperienced, I was broke, I was dumb, and I was everything. And right now, she's still with me to this day. It's like 7 years later, and I know she's the one because she was with me when I was nothing, and she will be with me when I have everything because she was loyal, she was supporting, she wouldn't give up on me basically. So the best chances of you finding the love of your life is when you're broke. Plus, it's the first love and it's so much better to find it, rather than, you know, going in Dubai and sleeping with a prostitute and, you know, thinking that she loves you, but she's only here for the money. You know, they call the escorts. If you find the right girl when you're broke and stick with her, that's the best investment you can do. Trust me, the best thing you can do. And the last thing I will say is being born in a poor family is not your fault. But dying poor is your fault, so you might as well change it. Thanks for watching.